Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is April 29th, 2025, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, markets really taking a pause almost across the board, but yet we still have some big week coming ahead with some of the big techs coming out with their quarterly earning reports. However, looking at today's major economic events, so we have one event at 4 p.m. South African time. From the United States, we have a JOLTS job openings number coming out. Now, looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, major pairs are really unchanged day to day. And as we shift over to the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ really consolidating, some mild gains yesterday. And looking at commodities, oil slides lower. And as we shift over to the stocks, major stocks like the techs are on resistance, not moving ahead, not moving below in anticipation to these quarterly earning reports. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin has some mild gains. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we go first with the Euro USD. We're looking at a weekly chart first. I just want to highlight that we've been in a very tight range over the past 3 weeks after these massive moves that we've had up from 102 to 113. That's a 1,000 pip move in about 3 to 4 weeks. So with that, we're consolidating here. I will assume that we'll continue consolidating here until something happens that's pretty major. Okay, so keep that in mind. These trade tariff wars or tariff situation blows over. Now looking at the GBP USD, it is not as strong as the euro versus the dollar, as if we look at a weekly, it's on resistance-ish level, whereas the euro is on the next resistance-ish level. So if it was the GBP, I would have expected it at 136. Just something to ponder, not a trade idea, just something to ponder, that if there is going to be a sell-off, the GBP would be the first one to go. Now, jumping into commodities, gold, just really consolidating. And looking at crude oil, we did just slide a little bit lower from yesterday, 64 down to 61, but nevertheless still in a relatively tight range. Now looking at the US markets, pretty much consolidation, a little bit of gains here for the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ, a little bit of a gain, but keep in mind that we are in resistance on most of the stocks. So if we take a look at it, Microsoft on resistance, okay? That's an important resistance. If we look at Tesla, also on resistance-ish level. If we look at Meta, also on resistance-ish level, not breaking higher, okay? For it to show us some strength, it's got to break a little bit higher than that. And taking a look at Netflix, though, on its highs, okay? We did record this yesterday, making all-time record highs and then pushing a little bit higher than that. So it's still relatively strong there. JP Morgan, not. Okay, not making back to its highs and on resistance-ish level as well. So markets are struggling here. We've got to see some positive news from the big tech weights like Microsoft, like Meta, it's coming out this week. Google came out last week, came out with good earnings and lifted the market. And we've got to string those along for us to make some sort of comeback. Now looking at Bitcoin, a slight gain, okay, on the upside. Again, this is one of those type of things. You got to wait until it actually goes to maybe catch it. And then you could chase it a little bit, and that warrants that. But right now, we're consolidating at this upper range. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.